Hello kids, hello parents. I've got a hard one today. So parents, you're going to have to help the kids on this one. It's not so hard that parents should have any trouble. And you only have to kind of remember one word at the end of each verse. But the hardest part to learn at first is just the chorus. And for the chorus today, it goes like this. It's a song by Barry McGuire. I do not quite sing it like he does. I've kind of ad-libbed with my own version of it. So this is Pastor Harmon's version of Bullfrogs and Butterflies. It goes like this. Bullfrogs and butterflies, both been born again, up-de-doo-doo. Bullfrogs and butterflies, both been born again. Bullfrogs and butterflies, we've both been born again. Bullfrogs and butterflies, and then I have a little whoop-de-doodle-doodle. All right, and it's kind of just to fill that little spot in. It's away in the 60s and 70s. Sometimes it was just the doo-wop, or 50s maybe even. And so that's the whoop-de-doodle-doodle. So maybe the kids can grab hold of that too. So it goes like this, relatively slow to start. Bullfrogs, butterflies, both been born again, whoop-de-doodle-doodle. Bullfrogs and butterflies, both been born again. Kids, try it with me now. Here we go. Bullfrogs and butterflies, both been born again, whoop-de-doodle-doo. Bullfrogs and butterflies, both been born again. Now, my sermon today is going to be talking about change and how hard it is for us to deal with change. And if you've ever watched a bullfrog, which most of us don't get to see, it starts off as a little egg and then it turns into like a tadpole, they call it, and it's kind of like a little ball with a long tail kind of swimming behind it, and it wiggles back and forth, and then it grows legs and it becomes a bullfrog, and it climbs out on the ground and it makes that ribbit kind of thing that you're used to with a bullfrog. The other one is butterfly, and that's verse 2. And that's an idea of a butterfly starts off as a worm, and it can be very beautiful, it can be kind of ugly, but it starts off as a little bit of a caterpillar, not really a worm, but it kind of wiggles along, and then it spins a cocoon, and then from the cocoon, eventually it becomes a butterfly. And in my sermon today, I want to be talking about the cocoon of the virus, the cocoon that we're in as a church. The cocoon where God's got to wake us up, change us, and get us ready for the things that are going to be new and different, hopefully in a good way, after we come out of the cocoon of the virus and all the other things connected with it. And so that's the challenge I want to pose to you. So parents, try and pick this up with me, and I'm going to teach you the first verse. And parents, you're going to have to help the kids at first so they get it. So the verse goes like this. If you can find the chord. Old tadpole in a fishing, and then I'll stop and you go, hole, fishing, hole. Couldn't croak or jump to save his soul. Hear how it rhymes? Hole, and then soul. Then one day the funniest thing, that's the hard one, started in growing and turning green. Last word. Green, jumped up on a lily pad, croaking out a song, gave it all he had. One more time, and try with me, parents and kids, here we go. Old tadpole in a fishing hole, couldn't croak or jump to save his soul. Then one day the funniest thing, he started in growing and turning green. Jumped up on a lily pad, croaking out a song, gave it all he had. He's singing bullfrogs and butterflies, both been born again, up-de-doodle-doo. Bullfrogs and butterflies, both been born again. Well, that's verse 1, a little bit mutilated in there, but I'm going to teach you verse 1, verse 2. And I want to kind of see this time of the coronavirus like a time of change. Things that are supposed to be taking place inside of us. Things that are supposed to give us a different perspective a different ability when we come out of it, so that we go in looking like a tadpole or looking like a caterpillar, and we come out of it in a different mode. And the thing that I want to get you used to is this idea that without change, there can be no bullfrogs. Without change, there will be no butterflies. And so this idea of change is what's really hard on us sometimes, because it means some things will be very different. And so in my sermon, I'm talking about how the church has to step into a new time, a different era, a different understanding, a different level of accountability. And yet the message never changes, but the responsibilities, although they never change, are going to be new, and we're going to have to be responding to them. So as you watch and listen to the sermon today, keep in mind, without change, there can be no butterflies. Without change, there can be no bullfrogs. All right? Good. We'll stop there.